40 or 50 cases, and it was contained, particularly after President Trump boldly put up travel restrictions with China. That's with the death. I didn't make a forecast so far, and that was just, there was hardly any cases. Okay, now, yes, some doctors were more fearful. Other doctors had many different things to say. I don't want to get in and play this game, who said what and when. Political leaders, one well-known political leader in the House went to Chinatown in San Francisco and said everything is okay. One important anchor on your network as late as mid-March said basically the COVID-19 virus was no worse than an ordinary flu year. I mean, there are people saying, my quote was, at that time, there were very few cases.
Hard times like these call for hard truths. The hard truth is that COVID-19 is going to be with us for a long time. Until there's a cure or a vaccine, it is going to pose a unique threat. Experts are talking in terms of years. No one wants this. No one likes this. But everyone needs to know the truth, the hard truth. The leaders who reckon this is almost over aren't leading at all. They are failing to tell the hard truth. And that's irresponsible. I'm looking at you, Jared Kushner. He recently said the federal government rose to the challenge. He called it a success story. But the hard truth is that anyone who talks about this pandemic in the past tense is lying to you. This is a present tense crisis. No amount of propaganda or cheerleading can change that. But it can confuse people. It is confusing people, and that is reckless. The hard truth is that shutdowns and social distancing measures have slowed the spread of the virus, but the virus is still winning. Someone in America died from COVID-19 every 44 seconds in April. Start your timer. Those are just the deaths that we know about. More than 66,000 so far. The true toll is even worse. Some people are succumbing to COVID-19 at home without being tested or counted. The data from the CDC indicating the American death toll is, quote, far higher than reported, made headlines this week. As one physician told CNN, what we are seeing is just a tip of an iceberg. There are signs of progress, but look at what Trump's former FDA commissioner, Scott Gottlieb, said this week. And he said, even as more economic activity is restarted, COVID is expanding in many states. He says we face a persistent plateau of 30,000 daily cases and 2,000 deaths a day. And he pointed out that a lot of the spread is clustered in disadvantaged communities and in at-risk environments. And it's been 44 seconds. Another death. Another agonizing loss for another family. All loss of life is tragic, of course, but causes of death, like car accidents and cancer, are not contagious. Viruses are, and that is what creates so much uncertainty. The challenge for the news media right now is in communicating that uncertainty. There's so many known unknowns, like how many people are infected with COVID-19 right now? We don't know because we don't have the testing capacity. All of the counts are undercounts. And the other thing being undercounted is the economic damage, the American carnage. We don't have a full picture of the unemployment disaster because so many of the systems in so many states are swamped. So the news coverage needs to reflect that. It's not 30 million unemployed. It's at least 30 million unemployed. And it's been another 44 seconds. So we need to keep noting what we don't know. We have to keep saying that the true total is even larger than we know, but we don't know how much larger. Because the thing is, people can handle uncertainty. People can handle hard truths. We have to hear them. We're all adapting, right now. We're all adapting. We're all figuring out what level of risk is acceptable to each of us and to the people around us. This is all a risk calculation. But as we do that, as we gradually open back up, we create even more uncertainty. And leaders like Anthony Fauci and Deborah Birx know that. Leaders like Bill Gates and Lori Garrett and Gavin Newsom and Mike DeWine, they're talking about the risk calculation. They are helping us understand it. And they're emphasizing the uncertainty. They are showing that the people who pretend like they are certain are actually just deluding themselves. They see the numbers. They see the uncertainty. So, meantime, what numbers is the president tweeting about? His poll numbers. And he is exaggerating his approval. The hard truth is that he is not preparing the public for the coming months of illness and waves of infection. He's just not. And there are some signs that he's punishing truth tellers, like the Health and Human Services watchdog who warned about supply shortages and testing delays. The White House is trying to replace her. So where are the truth tellers in the Trump administration? Well, thankfully, Fauci and Birx are there urging caution. They are taking the long view. But experts from the CDC are rarely seen in public. The same is true for other federal agencies. And today's Washington Post reports that the left wing wants its economic leaders